All right. What is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. We're going to talk about the best stocks to buy in 2024 right now. Now, today's video is going to be a compilation of a different series of lists of stocks, right? There is a lot of lists. There are a lot of names in this list, but these are lists from, respectable people. And this is some of the data and research that I like to do, right? I go through and I actually research stuff and I figure out, all right, well, what are some of these companies that other big institutions and other companies, are interested in? Why are they interested in them? Can I dive into some of them? If there's some names that I'm familiar with or some names that I think also have some good potential, then it just gives me further cause to dive even more and really see if that thesis is true. So we're going to go through, a couple lists right here. I highly recommend taking some screenshots of this video so that way you guys can come in there and analyze these further for yourself in the future, right? We're going to take a look at some stuff from Goldman Sachs. We're going to take a look at a few things from All-Star Charts, right? These are their Hall of Famers right here. There's some unusual flows. This is from Traders Exchange or Trade Exchange, I'm sorry. Then we've got Under the Hood, which the Under the Hood series I really like a lot from All-Star Charts. I definitely recommend them. They are, a little more expensive, but they have really, really great research. And they're on like an institutional level, so it's well worth the money. But we'll take a look at some of those and share those with you guys. We'll also take a look at a lot of stocks that are beaten down. So we're going to take a look at some Hall of Famers that are like stocks performing really well, some stocks that are really beaten down, some stocks that are gearing up underneath the hood, Goldman Sachs list, and then international stocks. I did a video here recently going over all the international stock markets and how they're pretty much all making new highs, whether it's new 52-week highs, new all-time highs, or new decade highs. We saw many of the global markets making new highs. And I know that there actually are, international viewers. So maybe you guys will enjoy this list here as well. Right. And then one more of the Under the Hood series here as well. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. As always, though, the content provided on this channel is just for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. So, be sure to read through the disclaimer. And if you're new to the channel, I started this newsletter called Investment Intelligence. It's completely free to you guys. And I just give out free, valuable finance content, free trading content, right? And I try to sprinkle in 1 to 2 free trade ideas a week. And this is what they'll look like, right? Highlighting the chart conditions, showing you guys the actual chart itself. And you can take a look at the website, okay, because there is a website associated with it. You can go back and read some of the previous newsletters. A lot of them have turned out very, very well. RTX, we just talked about RTX in December 28th, guys. Back when RTX was only like 80 something dollars. Gone up very, very nicely. You can see people in the Discord hitting me up, tagging me about that. So if you actually want to join the Discord, that's where you get access to all my different analysis, all the different trade ideas, as well as many other resources, such as being able to access dark pool levels for a stock, gamma levels for a stock, and many other things. These are some screenshots of just from the past couple days, right? Alibaba, right? You can see people trading futures here, making $15,000. We've got some people in rum here. Pfizer, PFE, nice profits. PayPal, nice profits. NVO, nice profits. SoFi, nice profits. Many different nice trade ideas. It's only $1 to get in right now, but that promo code expires at the end of January. So use promo code JAN24 to join the Discord, and you'll be able to get access to everything. That's going to expire at the end of January, really just doing it to kick off January strong to celebrate the new year for you guys. Now, the first one that I want to start off here with is Goldman Sachs top small cap stock picks. A lot of people are really interested in small caps because, if you look at the IWM versus the S&P 500, the IWM is not near all-time highs. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 is making new all-time highs. So if we take a look at theirs, you have Fox Factory on here, so ticker symbol FOXF. We have Tegna on here, TGNA. We have Ziff Davis, ZD. There's Forward Air Corp, FWRD. Dorman Products, DORM. Hillenbrand, HI. Pioneer Global, which is PAYO. You have Wisdom Tree, which is WT. You have Itron Inc., which is ITRI. And then you have Progress Software Corp, PRGS. Now, those are just some ones that you can look through. All right. You can see their current forward 12-month PE, their forward PE compared to 5-year median. And take a look at those names and see if any of those are attractive to you. Now, this other list here this is going to be the Hall of Famers. This is from All-Star Charts right here. And you see some healthcare names in here. We have Vertex, we have Lilly, LLY. We have where's the rest of the healthcare? MCK, McKesson Corporation. All right, you see Boston Scientific, that's ticker symbol BSX. Region, I like healthcare a lot. In 2024, I do think that it's not uncommon to see rotation. And so what I mean by that is if tech was the leading sector, right, and gained the most last year, it's not uncommon for you to see a different sector become the leading sector next year or the next year or within the next year or two. And healthcare, I think, has a lot of potential. All right, there's a lot of things going underneath the hood, in terms of funding and grants and, mergers. I think there can be, good mergers and acquisitions, different things like that. So, there's a lot of tech in here, obviously, right? Microsoft, NVIDIA, Palo Alto has been one that, if you're in the markets, you know about it, but not too many people who, don't know too much about tech stocks. They don't know too much about that. That's ticker symbol PANW. That's PANW. Uber, I really like Uber a lot. TJ Maxx, that's a sleeper, okay? If you take a look at that TJ Maxx chart, that thing has been really, really bullish. Now, we're not coming in here to say that these are the prices to buy all of these at right now, but these have some really good momentum behind them right now, okay? They're all near 52-week highs. All right. There's BKNG in here. Netflix did really good on earnings today. After hours, we'll see how it opens in the morning, of course. So lots of companies in here for you guys to look through, right? Take a screenshot of these, as I said, and scroll through them. Now, there's some unusual options flows that you can take a look at. There's BOL, there's DD, ET, which is energy transfer. Snapchat has been a really interesting one. Snapchat, well, I think that the business model is pretty terrible, right? They're not really necessarily good at making a profit, all right? But I do think that they're cheap, right? And what I mean by that is, these companies that have billions and billions and billions of dollars, Snapchat's market cap is 28 billion, right? Or it may be higher than that right now, maybe closer to 29 or 30 billion. But when you hear about some of these mergers and acquisitions, if someone wants to instantly gain access to millions of users, for whatever that reason is, Snapchat's only a cool 28 to 30 billion dollars. That may sound like a lot of money, but look at somebody like Apple. We're just going to throw them out. Not saying that Apple's going to buy Snapchat. They're, we're talking about trillion-dollar market cap companies. Tcom is another one in here. This is trip.com. Travel has been, supposedly booming, right? And travel is back on. We're seeing good reports from Carnival Cruise Lines about traveling, about cruising. We're seeing good reports from airlines about travel and things like that. There's Curve on here, which is Torrid Holdings, CVE, AEO, X. This is United States Steel Corp. All right. There's Crocs on here also as well, which is CROX. Kind of goes along with that TJX, that retail, type of deal. And we've seen, the consumer's actually been a little bit stronger, right? And we've seen retail sales come in a little bit hotter than expected and things like that. So it makes sense that we do see a little bit of, retail, apparel. AEO is American Eagle. That's another one. We talked about TJ Maxx. We talked about Crocs. DKS, Dick's Sporting Good. I just tried to short that one the other day, and I had a nice little head and shoulders pattern setting up and just completely invalidated that head and shoulders pattern within like 2 days, making new highs. And, these retail stocks are very bullish, have been very bullish. Now, when you look under the hood, there's some different qualifications for what under the hood means, but there's some good names in here. Okay. BA is in here right now. BA has a lot of bad news going on around it. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. Okay. Discover recently dropped off of earnings. There's United Airlines. They actually did pretty good on earnings. UNH is in here. This is United Health. There's also Plug Power, one of those hydrogen fuel cell type companies. Some interesting names, okay? Really, really interesting stuff. AMD's been super bullish. That's on this list. There's JetBlue on here, Engagement, Synopsys Inc., Winnebago Industries, that's WGO, Morgan Stanley, MS. These are just, some names that you guys can come through, filter through some of these using some of your own criteria, maybe if you're familiar with them, and then dive a little bit further. But these are all some lists from some, respectable people, right? Some people that I respect a lot. Goldman Sachs, obviously, it's nice of them to put out a little list of some of their top picks. Obviously, none of these picks, all of them are not going to work. There's going to be winners, there's going to be losers. But at the end of the day, sometimes people just have a lot of trouble, trying to even pick out stuff. They only know about Apple, they only know about Microsoft or Google, and then they don't want to buy them because they think that they're so expensive right now. And, just showing you guys that, hey, there's lots of other stocks in the stock market. Okay, if you look at the Russell 3000, that's like 98% of all investable, US equities. There's over 3,000 names, right? So in today's video, we're basically going over 100, 200 that you guys can filter through and check out. Now, these are a bunch of stocks that have been beaten down and are still very, very far from their highs. So, if you're someone who believes in the catch-up trade and thinks that, hey, well, the stocks that have been underperforming, they have the chance to outperform in 2024, this is going to be that list for you, right? There's PayPal on here, there's Moderna, Warner Brothers, DoorDash, Tesla, Trade Desk. Intel's actually on this list. Airbnb's actually on this list. There's, some good names on this list here as well. A couple of these I definitely like. This is the International Hall of Famers, NVOs, Novo Nordisk. That company has been on fire. Now, it's starting to pull back a little bit. Okay, but some of these biotech and healthcare companies have just been absolutely crushing it, guys. We're talking about crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. There's Lululemon on here, right? A lot of people are familiar with that in the US, but that technically kind of is a Canadian company, right? There's some good names on here. There's some really good names on here, and you guys can check these out too. A lot of people sleep on the international markets, right? And they just only invest in US stocks. All right. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily. But you can miss a lot of good names. PBR is a name in here. I've traded this one plenty of times, right? Anytime, that I want to get into some type of energy, or, I think that there's some type of catalyst going on in Brazil or things like that that could affect, the energy prices there. PBR is one of my go-tos, when it comes to, trading kind of in that area, in that sector there. Then we've got another round of under the hood here. Walgreens, I really like this one on this list. As I told you guys, I'm a little bullish on healthcare. That's ticker symbol WBA. Moderna's back on here again. If we take a look at some more, we see Mara is on here now. Mara has had a very, very big sell-off here recently. Now, it's up to you whether or not you think Bitcoin is going to start rallying again. It was pretty much a big sell the news event when it came to the ETF, and the ETF finally launched. We've seen a significant sell-off in Mara. Peloton's on here. Not really a big fan of that. But yeah, I know a lot of people are. That's definitely one that you guys can check out. Some more healthcare companies, AGL. AGL is pretty nice. I've traded that one a couple times here as well in the past year. So that will wrap up our video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, okay? It's not the usual video that I do going over macro things or giving you guys detailed technical analysis. But I just kind of wanted to share that with you, okay? There's a process that I go through when it comes to looking for names, especially for names in the newsletter. Make sure to sign up for that, okay? It's a completely free newsletter, and you don't have to worry about me spamming you, okay? I'm not going to be spamming you, trying to get you to buy gold or something like that in the newsletter and buy physical gold or something. I'm not going to spam you with, 10 penny stock trade ideas a day. It's really about quality when it comes to me in this channel. Trying to focus on providing you guys with high quality setups, identifying high quality setups for you all, presenting them to you, and then hopefully you guys can learn through the process of getting those newsletters and reading those newsletters, what are some of the different strategies and tactics that I use to identify high quality setups to get those really nice trades. And, that's kind of the whole theme of the newsletter. So, sign up for that. It's completely free. don't forget the Discord. Oh, it's only $1 right now. Now, this is a screenshot of some profits from a couple months ago, back in November, December. Guys, there's so many great analysis and plays, trade ideas, and other valuable resources inside of the Discord. All right. You're going to want to join, and you're going to want to join before January is over, because that promo code JAN24 will get you guys in for just $1. Okay. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.